I am Ritika Bajpayee, working as an assistant professor in Access Institute of Planning and Management, Kanpur. So, in the series of business environment and legal aspect of the business, in this lecture, I am going to talk about the types of business environment in which we will discuss about the major portion of the micro environment. So, the topics to be covered today are micro environment, which consists of suppliers, customers, competitors, market intermediaries, financiers and public. We will discuss about all the elements of the micro environment one by one. Okay. So, here it is the chart. External environment is divided into the two parts, the micro environment and the macro environment. Micro environment consists of the supplier, customer, competitors, market intermediaries, financiers and the public, and the macro environment consists of the economic, political, legal, technological, global, socio-cultural and demographic factors. So, first of all, let us talk about the external environment. The external factors which are said to be beyond the control of the company, okay, and the external or environmental factors such as the economic factors, socio-economic factors, government and the legal factors, the demographic factors, geophysical factors etc. are therefore generally regarded as uncontrollable factors. एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट फैक्टर्स के बारे में एक हमें बहुत ज़रूरी बात ये ध्यान रखनी है कि ये फैक्टर्स कंपनी के कंट्रोल से बाहर होते हैं. गवर्नमेंट अपनी पॉलिसीज़ में क्या चेंज करने वाली है, दिस इज़ नॉट इन द हैंड्स ऑफ द कंपनी. ठीक है. सोशियो कल्चरल एनवायरनमेंट में क्या चेंजेस होने वाले हैं, इकोनॉमिक एनवायरनमेंट में क्या चेंजेस होने वाले हैं, दिस इज़ नॉट इन द हैंड्स ऑफ द कंपनी, राइट, और एनी ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस. व्हाट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैन डू फॉर दिस? सो इन ऑर्डर टू have some extent of the control over these situation, company can understand about these environmental factors regarding the changes of these factors and can take the reactive actions at the right time. Okay. So, under the external environment, micro and macro environmental factors come. So, we will discuss about the micro environment today. The macro environment is also known as the task environment and the operating environment. Because the macro environment factors have a direct bearing on the operations of the firm, so it is called as the task or operating environment because this is directly related to the organization, related to the operations of the organization, right. The micro environment consists of the factors in the company's immediate environment that affect the performance of the company. The macro environment consists of the larger societal factors that affect all the actors in the company's micro environment, namely the demographic, economic, natural, technical, political and the cultural forces. Okay, further on, the micro forces need not necessarily affect all the firms in a particular industry in the same way. जितने भी माइक्रो फैक्टर्स हम डिस्कस करेंगे वो सारे फैक्टर्स हर एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को सेम वे में अफेक्ट करें ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है. हर एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए उसके प्रोडक्ट और सर्विसेज से रिलेटेड जितने भी फैक्टर्स डायरेक्टली इम्पैक्ट करते होंगे, सबसे ज़्यादा रिलेटेड होंगे, वही सबसे ज़्यादा अफेक्ट भी करेंगे, राइट. For example, a firm which depends on a supplier may have a supplier environment which is entirely different from that of a firm whose supply source is different, right. When competing firms in an industry have the same micro elements and relative success of the firm depends on their relative effectiveness in dealing with these elements. Okay, so the very first element in the micro environment is suppliers. An important force in the micro environment of a company is the supplier. Supplier is who supply the inputs and the raw materials and the components to the company. किसी भी प्रोडक्ट की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए जिसमें भी पर्टिकुलर कंपनी डील कर रही है, जो भी रॉ मटेरियल या इनपुट्स का रिक्वायरमेंट होता है वो जहाँ से सप्लाई होकर आ रहा है, जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन उन्हें सप्लाई कर रही है, जिन्हें हम बोलेंगे सप्लायर्स. Uncertainty regarding the supply or other supply constraints often compel companies to maintain high inventories, causing cost increase. There is always uncertainty, right? Any problem can occur from the supplier side. कॉस्ट इंक्रीज हो सकता है, कुछ इन्वायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स हो सकते हैं जो कि सप्लाई को इंटरप्ट कर दें. सो इन ऑल द केसेस कंपनीज ऑलवेज ट्राई कि वो अपना मैक्सिमम उनके पास में बफर रहे. सो बफर मेंटेन करने की कोशिश में कई बार कंपनी की जो इन्वेंट्री बढ़ती है तो कॉस्ट भी बढ़ जाती है, बिकॉज कंपनी ऑल्सो नीड्स टू मेंटेन दैट मटेरियल, राइट. Okay, so here I am taking the example of the raw material of the detergent. Detergent के अगर हम raw material की बात करें, so for the manufacturing of the detergent, the raw material consists of basically acid slurry, soda ash, soap stone, sodium sulfate, sulfate synthetic dye, etc. and also the sodium polysulfate and the soda bicarb. So these all are the raw materials which are required, which are the ingredients in manufacturing of the detergent. Okay. So ये जितने भी रॉ मटेरियल्स हैं डिटर्जेंट की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए रिक्वायर्ड हैं, तो जितने भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस डिटर्जेंट की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कर रहे हैं उन्हें अपने सारे सप्लायर्स से इस तरह से मेंटेन रखना होगा अपना रिलेशन, जिससे कि उन्हें सारे ही कंपोनेंट्स मिले, राइट. देखो, प्रोडक्शन में हमेशा ज़रूरी नहीं है कि एक सिंगल कंपोनेंट हो जो आपके प्रोडक्शन के लिए रिक्वायर्ड हो. देयर आर नंबर ऑफ द कंपोनेंट्स, लाइक हमने यहाँ पे देखा बहुत सारे रॉ मटेरियल हैं. दो कंपनी है यहाँ पे, निरमा एंड RSPL. अगर हम स्ट्रैटेजी की बात करें दैट हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डील विद द अनसर्टेनिटी रिलेटेड टू द सप्लायर्स. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, द निरमा हैज़ ऑलवेज बीन अ बिलीवर of logic that captive production plans for raw material is the best way to production cost in the check, and it has gone for the backward integration, right. And if we take the example of RSPL, so it has also established a soda plant in Kuranga, a soda ash plant in Kuranga, Gujarat. Soda ash, as we have discussed in the last slide, is the raw material for manufacturing of washing powder and cake. This is also example of the backward integration. Now here I have mentioned the strategic options for the supplier related problems. So you can see the vertical integration is there and the partnering or the relationship marketing is there. Vertical relationship is what? That we have talked about the Nirma and the RSP Limited. ठीक है, उन्होंने क्या किया, अपना एक रॉ मटेरियल को, सोडा ऐश जो कि एक रॉ मटेरियल है डिटर्जेंट की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए, उसका खुद मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करने का प्लांट इस्टेब्लिश कर लिया. सो कहीं ना कहीं उन्होंने क्या किया, जो डिपेंडेंसी था सप्लायर्स पे, बैकवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन के थ्रू वो डिपेंडेंसी को रिड्यूस कर दिया. सो vertical integration. Because of the sensitivity of supply, many companies give high importance to the vendor development. Vertical integration, where feasible, helps to solve the supply problem, and this vertical integration consists of the backward integration and the forward integration, right. Next is partnership or relationship marketing. Partnering is becoming more and more international, and this provides a challenging opportunity for Indian suppliers to become international players, and it helps in reducing the uncertainty related to suppliers as well. Okay, so next micro environmental factor is customer. A business exists only because of its customer. Okay, customer is the only one जिसके लिए कोई भी बिजनेस अपने प्रोडक्ट या फिर अपने सर्विसेज को बना रहा है या फिर प्रोवाइड करा रहा है. अगर कस्टमर्स ही नहीं एग्जिस्ट करेंगे तो फिर हमारे प्रोडक्ट को या फिर सर्विसेज को यूज़ कौन करेगा? वी विल नॉट हैव द यूजर्स एट ऑल, राइट. So a business exists only because of its customer. Monitoring of customer sensitivity is therefore a prerequisite for business success. The major task of a business is to sustain and create customers. With the growing globalization, the customer environment is increasingly becoming global. Not only that, the markets of other countries are becoming more open, the Indian market is becoming more exposed to the global competition, and the Indian customer is also becoming global in his shopping, right. We today in the current scenario, we have all the brands available online. We don't have like now there are no restrictions like if we are in India, so we have to consume Indian brands only. There is availability of all the brands, global brands are available to us. So the customer is also becoming the global in that way. So why it is difficult to sustain the customers? In the last slide we talked that the ultimate aim is to create and sustain the customer. So why it is basically difficult to sustain the customer? Creating customer is somewhat easy, like using the marketing strategies and the STP and all. A business can create the customers, but to sustain the customer is again a big task. So it is difficult because of many reasons. Some are written here, like varying preferences across the generation. With the change in generation, the preferences of the customers are changing. Like we have Gen X, Gen Y and currently Gen Z, which is also known as the post millennials. So if we study about the characteristic patterns and the attitude and the preferences of these generations, so all these characteristic patterns and the attitude and the preferences are different in different generation. Generation X का जो preference था वो generation Y का नहीं है, और जो preference generation Y का था आज वो generation Z का नहीं है. Generation Z is not said to be the loyal customer. Generation in comparison to the generation X and generation Y. So अगर हम एक single point को उठाएं कि generation Z, आज के जो हमारा जनरेशन Z है वो लॉयल नहीं है ब्रांड के लिए. अगर उसे कोई भी दूसरा स्पेसिफिकेशन मिलता है, इफ इट फाइंड्स एनी न्यू फीचर इन डिफरेंट इन डिफरेंट ब्रांड, सो इट ईजिली स्विच, बहुत जल्दी स्विच कर जाते हैं. तो अभी इसके लिए क्या स्ट्रैटेजी बनानी पड़ेगी बिजनेस को कि उन्हें अपने प्रोडक्ट्स में, अपने सर्विसेज में कंटिन्यूसली चेंजेस इंट्रोड्यूस करने पड़ेंगे. अगर आप चेंजेस इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं करेंगे तो आपका कस्टमर जो है वो स्विच हो जाएगा एंड योर कस्टमर बेस will start decreasing. Next is explosive growth of mobile phones and the internet connections. Okay, so due to the growth of mobile phones and the connections, like now we are exposed to a lot of the online platforms and the social media. So the awareness, awareness regarding the brands, the technology, the changing patterns, this has been increased, right? So in order to sustain the customer, the organization need to understand the changes which are going on in the socio-cultural environment, right? Next is social media and online reviews, right? तो आज हम कोई भी product लेने जाते हैं, so before purchasing that product, we used to see the reviews. हम सबसे पहले online reviews check करते हैं, then we go for that product. Higher expectation of the customers. So now the customers are expecting high, उनके expectations increase हो चुके हैं कि पास्ट में अगर आपको एक फीचर नहीं भी मिल रहा था मोबाइल फ़ोन में तो वो चल रहा था, बट आज की डेट में एवरी कस्टमर वांट्स कि हम जो भी मोबाइल फ़ोन यूज़ करें, जो एंड्रॉयड फ़ोन यूज़ करें, दैट शुड बी अपडेटेड एंड शुड बी लेस विद ऑल द फीचर्स. फियर्स बिजनेस कंपटीशन भी इंक्रीज हो चुका है, इंक्रीज होती टेक्नोलॉजी और ग्लोबलाइजेशन के साथ में. सो देयर आर मैनी फैक्टर्स, मैनी रीजंस जो कि कस्टमर को सस्टेन करने, जिसकी वजह से कस्टमर को सस्टेन करना आज की डेट में ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के लिए डिफ़िकल्ट होता जा रहा है. Okay, so here are some strategic options for the customer related problem. अब customers related we have number of the problems. The generation is changing, preferences are changing, social media and the influence of government of internet is there. So what can be the strategic option for customer related problem? The ultimate option here is that different category of customers. Organizations need to maintain different category of the customer. See, depending on a single category of customer is not going to solve the problem in the current scenario. So, with the individuals, organization also need to focus on the household, the industries, the commercial establishment, government and other institutions as well. So, if a business face problem related to any of the category of the customer, so एक कैटेगरी से जैसे ही कोई प्रॉब्लम आती है, लाइक प्रेफरेंसेस चेंज हो रहे हैं, आपकी सेल डाउन हो रही है, इतना एनालिटिक्स ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के पास आ रहा है तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अपने दूसरा कैटेगरी पे फोकस कर सकती है एंड बाय द टाइम वो अपना करंट कैटेगरी जिससे प्रॉब्लम अराइज हो रहा है उस प्रॉब्लम को आइडेंटिफाई कर सकती है, प्रॉब्लम को फिक्स कैसे करना है इसका सोल्यूशन निकाल सकती है, कोई नया प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करना है, कुछ नया फीचर ऐड ऑन करना है, सो वॉट एवर यू नो द पॉसिबल सोल्यूशन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैन एक्सरसाइज दैट एंड बाय द टाइम it will have the different category of the customer जिनकी हेल्प से उनका बिजनेस, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का जो बिजनेस है वो कंटिन्यूसली रन कर सकता है और ऐसे सिचुएशन नहीं आएगी कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बहुत ज़्यादा लॉस में चली जाए, राइट। So depending on a single category of customer may often too risky because it may place the company in a poor bargaining position. Apart from the risk of losing business consequent to the winding up of the business by the customer due to the customers switching over the competitors of the company. For example, the company of the customers of a tire company may include individual automobile owners, automobile manufacturers, public sector transport undertakings and other transport operators as well. Okay, so then the next factor in the micro environment is competitors. General understanding says that firms producing identical products are the competitors. But not only there is a competition among the producers producing different variety or brands of a product, but also among firms producing quite diverse product, as all the products ultimately compete for attracting the spending by the consumer of their disposable income. So general हमारा अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्या कहता है कि कॉम्पिटिटर मीन्स ऐसे कंपनीज जो कि सेम आइडेंटिकल प्रोडक्ट्स को प्रोड्यूस करती हैं। फिर टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ एफएमसीजी इंडस्ट्री। सो एफएमसीजी इंडस्ट्री का अगर हम कोई भी प्रोडक्ट को उठा लें तो ऐसे ही प्रोडक्ट को बनाने वाली दूसरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस आपस में कॉम्पिटिटर्स हो जाएंगी। दिस इज अ जनरल अंडरस्टैंडिंग। बट अगर हम बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बात करें, सो अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस कॉम्पिटिशन, दिस इज ऑल्सो अ कॉम्पिटिशन, बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस there is a competition on the disposable income of the consumers, right? There is a fight for the disposable income of the consumer. So this also considers under the competition. Okay. So we can actually categorize the competition. The first category can be said as the brand competition. Brand competition can be defined as a rivalry between the companies offering similar line of products or services in the same target market and to the same target audience with the goal to have higher market share, increased revenues, huge profits and growth as compared to to the contemporary brand at the marketplace. Okay, so this is the general competition that we understand. Okay. If we take the example of telecom industry, so the major players of telecom industry these days are Reliance Jio, Vodafone Idea and the Airtel, and these three companies have actually covered 88.4% of the total Indian market. ये तीन companies हैं telecom industries की which are said to be the big competitors and the big players जिन्होंने 88.4% इंडियन मार्केट का की टेलीकॉम इंडस्ट्री को कैप्चर कर रखा है. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट इज डिज़ायर कंपटीशन. Competition for a firm producing TVs doesn't only come from the other brands of TV manufacturers, but also from manufacturers of air conditioners, refrigerators, cars, washing machines, etc. All these goods compete for attracting disposable income of the final consumers, right, that we were talking about. Competition among these diverse products is generally referred as to the desire competition, as all these goods fulfill the various desire of the customers who have limited disposable incomes. इसे हम लोग डिज़ायर कंपटीशन क्यों कहते हैं? बिकॉज ये डिस्पोजेबल इनकम पे होने वाला कंपटीशन है, राइट. कस्टमर्स आर हैविंग द लिमिटेड डिस्पोजेबल इनकम. कितना एक्सपेंड करना है वो अमाउंट लिमिटेड है एंड देयर आर अनलिमिटेड वांट्स. सो किस तरह से एक कस्टमर अपना प्रेफरेंस डिसाइड करता है कि उसे टीवी भी परचेज करना है, वॉशिंग मशीन भी लेना है, रेफ्रिजरेटर भी लेना है, बट वो प्रायोरिटी किसको देगा कि यहाँ पे डिपेंड करता है कि कंपनीज अपने प्रोडक्ट को किस तरह से डिज़ायर बनाती हैं कस्टमर के लिए. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज द डिज़ायर कंपटीशन. The primary task here is to influence the basic desire of consumer. Such desire competitions is very high in the countries featured by limited disposable income and many unsatisfied desires, and of course many alternatives for spending, investing the disposable income. Next micro environment factor is market intermediaries. Okay. Marketing intermediaries are the firms that aid the company in promoting, selling and distributing goods to the final consumers. फाइनल कंज्यूमर्स तक गुड्स को पहुंचाने के लिए बीच में जितने भी इंटरमीडियरीज आते हैं, फर्म ने कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन प्रोडक्ट को अल्टीमेट फाइनल गुड्स में कन्वर्ट कर सकती है, बट इट इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल कि फाइनल गुड्स में कन्वर्ट करके कस्टमर तक डायरेक्टली उसको पहुंचाया भी जा सके. बीच में बहुत सारे इंटरमीडियरीज के बहुत सारे लिंक्स की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है जो कि प्रमोशन में, सेलिंग में, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में काम आते हैं और फाइनल कंज्यूमर तक गुड्स को पहुंचाते हैं. तो ये जितने भी लोग बीच में इन्वॉल्व हैं इन्हें ही हम मार्केट इंटरमीडियरीज कहते हैं. Marketing intermediaries are the vital links between the company and the final consumers. अगर marketing intermediaries absent होंगे, just imagine the scenario when there are no marketing intermediaries. So one can say कि the cost of product will decrease and they will get the product at the cheaper price, but actually it is not possible in the practical scenario. A dislocation or disturbance of the link or a wrong choice of the link may cost company very heavily. अगर company wrong choice कर लेती है किसी भी market intermediaries का, so it may lead to the higher cost for the companies. So here are some market intermediaries mentioned like merchants, marketing promotion services firms such as advertising agencies, consulting firms, physical distribution firms, marketing research firms and financial intermediaries. तो ये कुछ मार्केट इंटरमीडियरीज हैं जो कि फर्म को हेल्प करते हैं उनके प्रोडक्ट को प्रमोट करने में, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में, फाइनल कंज्यूमर तक पहुंचाने में. Okay, so marketing is said to be an important link between a business firm and its ultimate buyers, marketing intermediaries, right? A product, a dislocation of this link will adversely affect the fortune of a company. A few years ago, chemists and druggists in India declared a collective boycott of a leading pharma company because it was providing a low retail margin. They succeeded in raising this margin, and this shows a business firm must take care of its intermediaries. And if it has to succeed in the age of intense competition, तो इस intense competition के सिनेरियो में अगर किसी बिजनेस को सक्सेसफुल होना है तो मार्केटिंग इंटरमीडियरीज से बेटर रिलेशनशिप मेंटेन करना is also very necessary. Okay, so next is financiers. Financiers are the individual and the institutional lenders. Financing capabilities, their policies and their strategies, attitude and activity to provide non-financial assistance are very important. See, financiers are those who provide funds to the organization. So, जो firms, जो भी आपको जहाँ से firm को finances आ रहे हैं, funds आ रहे हैं, उनके सामने कंपनी का गुड इमेज, क्लियर पिक्चर कि कंपनी के बैलेंस शीट एक्चुअली क्या है, कंपनी का परफॉर्मेंस क्या है, ये सारे पिक्चर्स को फिनेंसर्स के सामने रखना बहुत ज़रूरी है. अदरवाइज इफ फिनेंसर्स विल बैक आउट, सो funds will the fund flow will affect, and that will have the adverse effect on the company. Okay, so the last element in the micro environmental factor is the public. Public are the groups which have the actual interest in the ability of an organization to achieve its targets. Media publics, citizen action publics and the local publics are the examples of the which comes under the category of the public. Growth of consumers public like NGOs is an important development affecting the business, and cooperation between the company and publics is established for the mutual benefit of the company and the local community. Environmental pollution, for example, the environmental pollution is an issue which is often taken up by a number of the local publics. Actions by local public on this issue have caused some companies to suspend operations and or take the pollution abatement measures. Non-government organizations like the NGOs, particularly in developed countries, have been mounting up protests against the child labour, sweat labour, cruelty against the animal environment and the environmental problems, deindustrialization which resulting from the imports and so on. Okay, so this was all about the micro factors, the elements of the micro factors that we have discussed today. Here are the references. Okay, thank you all. In the upcoming lecture, we will discuss about the macro factors. Thank you.